ASSUN. Now, this is an artist who, I mean, she's up there. You can just about see it. I think she's been one of the most exciting things to happen to not only Japanese music, but just generally Japanese fame and stardom for such a long time. Now, I've said so much about all the positive things, but as her new song is about to premiere, you can see the music video is beginning shortly, apparently. I'm just going to run through it quickly so you guys know. I think apart from the fact that she's brought this amazing honesty in her character, it's the fact that she's been able to express so many intense emotions, but it's the fact that she also has done this through her music, through her character, through her personality in a way that people can relate to, because it's not just chaos, it's not just rage, it's not just anger. She really knows how to be an artist as well. Yes, she has a lot of songwriters that she works with, but she's an accomplished guitarist and musician, as we saw from the band Eyes. She writes her own lyrics. She has a fantastic ability to just understand the music she's making. She's not just another pop star. And as mentioned before, she has all these intense emotions that she likes to put out in her songs and does it so well through lyrics that are very often a mixture of amusing and beautiful. And well, Booking.com want to advertise on this. If I get copyright struck one day by one of these adverts, I'm going to be really upset. But anyway, we've got 2 minutes until the new music video starts. And, you know, I don't know what to expect here, because one of the reasons why I love this first album so much is just the ability that the album had to show us so many different things. There were so many different styles represented on there, from chaotic rock songs that were much more heavy and dark to much more light things, even down to F Wonderful World, which was obviously on the second disc kind of separate part of the album. But, you know, there's so many different things that she has done musically, and I feel that it's just demonstrated such a creativity and such an ability to take, as mentioned before, the amount of emotional things that she wants to express, and rather just be an archetype, just be some crazy edgelord, she's instead found lots of outlets, lots of ways of expressing all of the things that she wants to say. And so I hope we continue with that. But the other thing as well is that they've also been some very palatable, very catchy songs. I love the fact that she's worked with TK from the guy from Link to Segura. He wrote some really, really fun songs with her. Have also been detailed, had so much progression. The songs she did with Leela Takuta from Yoasobi. There is just so much that has already been achieved by Anna. And so, in a way, I guess you could say she's got nothing left to prove. And she's even got an acting career. And so many people, when they do acting careers, they slow down with their music. But been touring, did songs with Puffy. I mean, it's almost like she cannot stop working and cannot stop expressing things. And in 20 seconds, we're going to find out what this new thing is. Now, I have no information to go with on this at all. I don't know anything about what this song is going to sound like. But we're going to listen to it together. We're going to hopefully enjoy it together. And, either way, we'll be honest, as we always are on this channel. So let's turn the sound on. Let's not get copyrighted for the intro music. Let's just go. Yeah. Got that old school feel again, back on the guitars. Back in her room from Delete.
749に会いに来てね、鍵は開けとく、愛は持参で、二人は布団の中で数えるの、ここだけが安心だったし、初めては気づかないけど、
It went from intense to beautiful very quickly.
That's a slightly,
I like that slightly hectic vocal delivery there of chorus. Like the rush of thoughts coming out.
世界が急に魔法にかかる光はどこどこ街はどう
Cinematography is gorgeous. Credit to the video as well. Very beautiful. those sort of guitar bends, those bending string notes she's doing that. Bending strings outside. Starting to realise this is going to get stuck in my head. Oh, bridge time. The lovely melodic bridge. I thought we were going to be going in an eyes punky direction, but instead this is great melody stuff. Oh, nice change in the rhythm there. Love that solo. That's a proper punk solo. All expressive. No twiddle. Yeah, this is, it's got that slightly edgy post-grunge feel, and yet it's very much a melodic song. It's got, you can sing it as a pop song. Oh, I love that ending. That's fantastic. So it's got these sort of grungy aspect of like a grunge song, and yet it's got the edgy feel that we associate with Anno, and yet at the same time it combines that beautifully with the melodic focus that we also expect from Anno songs. There, let's let the credits throw up on screen. So this is so this world with only two people in. I'm translating the name, so Kono and then Sekai ni Futari, two people. Dake only. So this world with only two people in it. So it's kind of got a beautiful sense of. Is it now? It says the arrangement. Is the arrangement by Regal Lily? Well, Regal Lily. Can I just say before we get into talking about this song, Regal Lily was a band that for the longest time I had sort of like lost a little bit of interest in because their arrangements actually weren't, it was mainly due to their arrangements. And then recently I started listening to them again and their arrangements, I was like, wow, they sound like a different band. They're suddenly great. Like recently I've really been getting back into Regal Lily again after being just kind of like losing interest in a big way. Sort of maybe about 2020, 2021, I think I sort of lost interest with them. And I heard them again kind of early last year, and I was just like, this is really good. So I'm really glad this is, not only is this a great Anno song, but it's continuing the return of the greatness of Regal Lily. I am so happy to see that. I know that she was hanging out with Regal Lily, and there's some photographs of Anno and Regal Lily, but very happy to hear that. Very happy to see that. Do check out Regal Lily as well if you haven't already. So that's great news. This song though, yeah, this is kind of like such a, I mean, it's hard to say any song is a quintessential Anno song because she has such variation and she can do so many things from the loud and the passionate to the crazy, to the calm, to the sweet, to the sincere, to the sad, to the slightly edgy, to the comfortably relaxed. You know, she can convey so many emotions. And I think this is one of the reasons why she resonates with people so much. She's not just kind of like a cartoon face. She is very much, for all those of comical things that we associate with Anno, like the strange mispronunciations of words and things like that, she feels more like a real person than just a caricature. And again, this is why I think people relate with her so well. But so it's hard to say that one song is an archetype of what an Anno song should be. But this does, as I feel like every song of hers does to a certain degree, shows a certain degree of juxtaposition. So yes, we have a song here that is edgy. It is a bit grunge. You know, there's a lot of those distorted guitars in there. It's very much, you can feel the influence of Anno playing with that slightly distorted feeling to it. So yes, it's a Regal Lily arrangement, but it has that rawness that both Anno's guitar playing and Regal Lily share. I mean, as mentioned, although this is about as different from her first single, Delete, as you could get, there is a similarity in the tone and the slightly grungy simplicity to it. But what this does have is a very melody-focused, big chorus, an emotion to it. I mean, it's stuck in my head already. I get the feeling this is going to be going round and round in my brain quite a bit. This is a good, catchy song. I love that. Yeah, it's both a bit grungy and a bit poppy, and neither of those two aspects feels like it's having to give up ground for the other. It feels like it's very complementarily bringing both of those together. And the glue between them seems to be the fact that Anna does show herself as very capable of expressing this wide range of emotions and a more complex and nuanced juxtaposition to her emotions. Now, musically, again, big fan of the way the solo worked in this, because the solo was that kind of punky solo. Look, there's different types of solos. I could tell you for hours how much I love the solo to Glory to the World by Love Bites. I've spoken about that so many times. Beautiful, intricate, Bach-esque style. Sounds like a Bach organ solo. But I have a big soft spot for things like this as well, where instead of any twiddle, it's just like the solo is almost just like grabbing a couple of chords and really bending the strings, and just you feel the passion coming through your strings, which a lot of the time with distorted guitar you don't as much, obviously, because it's not as tangible. There is those extra layers of distortion. Here, though, you really felt the passion in the guitar solo, which was great. It was just kind of like just slamming those notes beautifully. And there was a lot of notes in here where, again, don't know if this was Anna or Regal Lily, maybe a bit of both, maybe the producer, but those little bend notes, little string bending going on there that added a sort of slightly edgy feel to it, but not so much as to scupper the fact that it was still a melody-focused kind of poppy mid-tempo song. I really enjoyed this. If I was to say there's anything which was a bit of a downside, yeah, arrangement-wise, I'm not being rude to Regal Lily, but yeah, like with a lot of Regal Lily songs, it's very simple. They are not a band who do lots of layering. Their songs are very simple at the core. It's more about being effective. And so, yeah, I feel in a way this song maybe the bass line could have done a little bit more if I was picking holes in it. Maybe upon repeat listens, that's the sort of thing that maybe could add more longevity in repeat listens. That's me trying to pick holes in it. But ultimately, on first listen, this just felt sonically very satisfying. And definitely just to come back to it for the mood, the tone, the feeling, the catchiness of the chorus, but also that strange sort of relaxed but not lazy, sort of relaxed but also kind of deep vibe that this song had. Definitely want to come back to. And oh yeah, I have to give a shout out to the video as well. This video was beautifully directed. I mean, I love some of the ideas. Okay, some of the ideas in here, we've seen them before. The room that she's in, very reminiscent of, again, that room from Delete, the first music video. The bit where she's holding the images up and kind of seeing the daylight, and you're seeing the more positive image behind there. I loved that. And then on top of that, there was that really... So, yeah, this scene was really cool, the way that we're sort of seeing her hold up the frame, and you can see a different almost reality behind it. Looks directly at the camera there. It was rather interesting. And then, as simple as it was, sometimes you just need that one shot. I mean, you had this as well. This was interesting. I wondered if they were going to pay off this weird sort of isolation room she's in here. But that was just an interesting shot in of itself, sort of going from the very busy, overflowing room to this room that just feels very cold and very isolated, like it could just be in like an abandoned office building or something. And again, there's this whole thing about the introverted nature that seems to be very central to a lot of the stuff that Anna does. And there was that shot, I probably won't be able to find it now, but you'll know the one I was talking about, where it was looking downwards, not this one, but looking downwards, and you could see the wall, you could see the inside where she was, and you could see the outside where you could see the streets out there, and it was a little bit more chaotic and messy, and there was some distorted looking streets. And I just love the whole cinematography of that. The whole way that was done was really beautiful. I can't find the frame now, but yeah, everything about this, we've seen these little individual aspects before, but they just looked seriously cool in here. So I must say, I thought this was simple but very fulfilling. Video was brilliant. I know on her recent videos she's worked with a couple of well-celebrated directors. I don't know who directed this. I should have checked if it was in the credits. Do go back and check that. But the director of this is absolutely brilliant. There you go. That's that shot. Yeah, I really like this shot. I think this is beautiful. It's kind of like outside looks more happy, but in a way it's more distorted and unreal. Whereas where she is looks a bit darker, but it's much more vivid. Yeah, this was great stuff. Music was brilliant. Video was brilliant. Be interested to know how much longevity I get out of this, because as mentioned, these kind of simpler songs where there's not so much nuance, they tend not to have as much longevity because there's not as much to get your ears into freshly on repeat listens. But tonally, it's so interesting. Tonally, there's so much going on in this song that, yeah, it's worth re-listening just because of the vivid nature of the mood, the feeling it conveys, and the catchy chorus it manages to tack on to the end of that as well. So great stuff. As always, get into the comments. Tell me what you think. And until I hopefully see you very soon in Japan for the next one of these. For now, ciao, ciao.